Hello and welcome to week 9 in developmental psych. And here we are taking a little time out from the regular content and sequences of chapters. And we're looking specifically this week at our second special assignment. First one was the multicultural concepts associated with childbirth. And now taking a deep dive into what have we learned so far about identity. Not done creating ourselves, but in this particular assignment, I'm asking to go through a laundry list of concepts that you have learned in this class, apply them to yourself in short little essays. Okay? So we go through the first 4 stages of Erikson's theory. So trust versus mistrust, a basic trust in the world. This is way back. Remember, this is distinct from the kind of mistrust that comes from being burned in relationships. Even though that may be very intense, it's different than this very early childhood sense of trust in the world. Autonomy versus shame, the degree of your independence. Initiative versus guilt, how you initiate things and plan things. And then finally, industry versus inferiority. What are you good at and what are you not good at? What I'm asking you to do is not to go back and describe those times. I'm asking you to reflect on your current state of being in light of those times. To what degree did those influence you? And maybe you were, you didn't take a lot of initiative. That was sort of a downplayed part. But as an adult, you've made decisions to change that. And now you're taking much more initiative. That's the story I'm looking for. How did this early development affect you today? Then I'm asking you to go on to your personal likes and dislikes and analyze, just take a few of those, the biggies, and just say, what process did I go through to decide that those were things that I liked? These could be your hobbies or your career or music styles or whatever. And this is a deep introspective question as to how did you go through Marcia's stages in order to become, let's say, a jazz music lover, which would be one of your pieces, right? It'd be one of your pieces of your identity would be, I'm a jazz lover. So when did that happen? How did that happen? How did it go through each one of the processes that we have from Marcia? We're going to do the same thing with your vocational and job identity. This might be a little longer because you might actually show parts of your identity developed in your early work life that have sort of made their way into this more professional place that you are in now. At least you're going to school for something that's going to be very specific. Then in the section called family relation models, it's a little confusing, like family relations models, like there are theories, but no, what I'm looking at is the models you had for relationships existing within your family, the qualitative analysis of your parents' relationship, grandparents, older siblings. You look at those role models for how to have your own relationship. What were they like? How did they influence you? And then your early relationships. Remember, from puzzle pieces, I talk about those first relationships where the maturity levels might not be matched and what can happen there. How does that shape your personal relationship identity in relation to the puzzle pieces theory? And then finally, the section on your current or very recent relationships and how that has all come together. Those 3 kind of go together. They're not as one essay, but they build on each other. So you have those early role models, then you have first relationships, and then what's the status now? How are things going now? What did you learn? What are you still stuck in? Whatever, those kinds of things. So each one of these sections is distinct. This is not one long essay. This is bold title, trust versus mistrust. Talk about that. Bold title, autonomy versus shame. And just make your way through very, very, almost like you're filling out a form Tell me a story. Tell me stories about each one of these. Show some analysis here. I'm looking for some deep introspection. I'm looking for some insight. So now that you know words and concepts related to these things, that you can apply them in your own life. That you can say, yes, this is a current influence of my early autonomy experiences, and here's how I've dealt with them. Those kinds of capacities for you to be able to apply psychological theory in your own life, which of course opens the door for you to apply psychological theory in the lives of others. So that's all you're doing this week. You have all week just to focus on that one assignment. No discussions. When it comes to next Monday, I will be going through to see who has submitted this, and that will be your attendance. So make sure you get this in, not only to get it in on time, but it's going to be the attendance grade for this week. So kind of a double whammy on that one. So that's the assignment. That's what we're doing this week. Enjoy that sort of away from the discussions, kind of a week off from the discussions and having to monitor those, and focus on this one assignment. And I look forward to that coming in. I'll try to grade them as they're coming in. Got a lot of things going on right now. I'm doing my best to keep up with grading, and I will do my best to get these done as they're coming in. So enjoy this week off from discussions, and I will see you next time. Take care.